Good morning from the Magic School Bus on the road. I am just off of Highway 93 on the eastern edge of Nevada, heading down to Ely to get on the 50 and make my way back to New Mexico. It's a little after 7 a.m. I've already logged about 100 miles this morning, and I had to pull over and just take a minute. Passed a lot of roadkill last night before I finished driving in this morning. 2 great owls, 3, maybe 4 coyotes, and just now an entire cow. A couple winters ago, when I did the first winter in the school bus out on the mesa, I was coming back from Taos one night, and I'd already gotten to a point in life where I was driving a bit slower, and especially at night as my vision's gotten a little bit worse as I age. And I hit a wild hare that had run across the highway just at the very last second. Some of these are unavoidable, unfortunately. Luckily, I didn't completely crush him. I think he tumbled underneath my trusty steed here and took a concussion that took him out. But I collected him, and I gutted him, and I ate him. So I didn't waste the life that I took. But seeing all this roadkill this morning, especially the coyotes, out here where a lot of people make their living off of ranching, can't help but think some of these people are intentionally aiming for these little guys. Saw a fox as well this morning. That one was pretty rough. It's beautiful, beautiful coloration in its coat. We're moving too fast. And we're not slowing down. And I thought I was going to do this channel more consistently with more engagement and all those things you're supposed to do these days to grow a social media presence. And I'm just kind of a mind to fuck that. Because we need to disengage. We need to take time to slow down and step out into wild places like this if we are able. Hear the wind. And even if we're in an urban reality, the imperative need to step into green spaces and feel a connection to this thing that we forcibly removed ourselves from to pursue a technological civilization. And seeing all of the unnecessary death of non-human creatures that are also intelligent, who also dream, I had to take a moment to just slow down again. And of course, got me thinking of Khalil Gibran again, so I'm going to read another passage from this morning before I get back on my way. The sorrow of thinking about these creatures that absolutely unnecessarily lost their lives, not to be put on the table as food, not to be harvested for their coat for heat and warmth in the midst of winter, nothing of the sort, just pure carelessness. It hit a hard spot because I've been going through some stuff. It's bringing a lot of sorrow. Clear the eyes so I can see clearly. On joy and sorrow. Then a woman said, "Speak to us of joy and sorrow." And he answered, "Your joy is your sorrow unmasked, and the selfsame well from which your laughter rises was oftentimes filled with tears. And how else can it be? The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Is not the cup that holds your wine the very cup that was burned in the potter's oven? And is not the lute that soothes your spirit the very wood that was hollowed with knives? When you are joyous, look deep into your heart, and you shall find it is only that which has given you sorrow that is giving you joy. When you are sorrowful, Look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. Some of you say, joy is greater than sorrow, and others say, nay, sorrow is greater. But I say unto you, they are inseparable. Together they come, and when one sits alone with you at the board, remember that the other is asleep upon your bed. Verily you are suspended like scales between your sorrow and joy. Only when you are empty are you at standstill and balanced. When the treasure keeper lifts you to weigh his gold and his silver, needs must your joy or your sorrow rise or fall. I don't have a clever closing today. Fresh socks or underwear don't always cut it. I will encourage you to feel. As we live in a time when there is a concerted effort to instill apathy and desensitize. If joy and sorrow are intrinsically linked, feel them to the fullest. Have a good day.